Never in your car die. A creepypasta by the Gaming Twins. Never in your car die. Read a ripped up yellow card on top of a paying display in the middle of a packed car park. Louise was in college, was training to be an architect. She had got a car only months ago and decided to go out into the early August sun, but for only the weekend. Staying in a simple tent over 10 miles away, she decided to go to a place named Malvern, and while on her travels had come across a weird festival and a car park that was packed. She had cursed her luck. Despite this, she had found a car space at the very back of the car park. It was next to an orange bush that seemed to be thriving despite its colour. She knew it was a plain display from the entry and had wondered to get her ticket from the machine. There was two. One was more decayed but had no one around it, and the other, with around 10 people waiting, she wondered why nobody had gone to it, until she caught a glimpse. Never in your car die. It was scratched up, the words were there. On the metal, she made nothing of it, and placed money and received a ticket. It was ordinary, but a thick layer of black liquid covering the date of the ticket. It resembled oil, but didn't smell at all. Again her incompetence got the best of her, and she walked back unfazed at the many faces staring her, wondering what had happened. They whipped out their phones and quickly took various pictures of the occurrence. Louise was happy, and a little frustrated about how sticky the liquid was. It had got stuck to the window, and she couldn't pull it off. She wandered the streets of the festival and realized no one would serve her at all. All would have blank expressions of guilt and remorse. Louise's phone rang and she put it to her head. The voice that followed was decomposed, high-pitched, rattling, and the occasional screech of bone on bone as he or it talked. "Excuse me, madame. Your parents have been hurt, and in the crash, your parents, ma'am. They are no longer with us." Louise froze and dropped the phone. The man had authority, almost of an officer or politician, and had taken great happiness in expressing the news, not describing their fates. She almost thought it was fake. Some kids pulling a prank, using voice software. It made her think she had been in a car crash once before, and had survived without a scratch, but at the demise of her boyfriend, Kai, almost 4 years ago, and their family had become much distant, much like all of Kai's friends and family. It flashed through her head. Never in your car die. She could have died, and her parents had paid the price, much like her family. Maybe she was living in a permanent hell, watching family she never really knew drift away, suffering the same fate. Cruel, cruel fate. She could have doomed her family by her own demise.